Hello, my loves. Welcome to Yoga with Mesa, and welcome to your 30-minute bedtime yoga. Today, I will be offering the use of some props. Feel free to pause the video, grab a blanket. If you have a bolster, you can grab that, or a pillow, a fluffy pillow, maybe a couple pillows. If you have blocks, you can grab blocks or books if you don't have any blocks. Just something that you can bring into your space to have as support throughout class today. So any kind of cozy items, and then feel free to hop into your pajamas or your comfy cozies. And when you're ready, let's begin. Come to your hero's pose. So just arriving on your shins. And if it's not comfortable for you to be in hero's pose, you can find an easy seat, or you can even sit on top of a block or a pillow to elevate your hips and relieve some of that sensation from the knees. When you arrive, allow your hands to rest on the thighs, facing down to feel more grounded, facing up if there's something you need to receive. If you're feeling open to receiving from the universe, whatever it may be, just notice where your hands are drawn, down or up. Just take a little note without passing any judgments or labeling it good or bad. And let's arrive on our mats. Let's make this space our home for the next 30 minutes. Allow the outside world to dissolve, fade away, and give yourself permission to truly be right here, right now, with your breath. Beginning with this breath, deeply breathing in. Open mouth, exhale, let your day go. Begin breathing in and out of your nose. Let your body find its natural rhythm. Relax your face, your shoulders. Let your jaw unhinge and allow your tongue to soften away from the roof of your mouth. Notice the air coming in your nostrils, down your airway, and into the deepest, tiniest branches of your lungs. And then follow that air all the way out your lungs, up your airway, out your nostrils, back to where it came from. Follow the air in. Follow the air out. Follow it in and out. Notice how the air as it comes in is a little bit cooler and warmer as it comes out. Cooler going in, warmer going out. I invite you to bring your hands to your heart and just take some little nurturing rocks side to side, little sways, maybe swaying like a blade of grass in the wind. Maybe you feel a little playful with it. Give yourself permission to enjoy right here, right now, to let it feel good. Maybe you even bring a soft smile to your face and just enjoy how it feels to exist. Find stillness as you take a deep breath in through your nose and a healing breath out the mouth. Beautiful. Let's move into our next posture. So lean forward, scoot any blocks or props that you had underneath you out of the way. And then we're gonna reach for our blanket and roll it up. So roll it up nice and tight. I love using blankets as props. They're just so wonderful and they can help us move into postures that we can't do without them. So get it nice and tight, and remember you can always increase or decrease sensation by making the blanket thinner or thicker. And then we're going to place the place on your hips over your prop. So that crease between your hips and the top of your thigh, the psoas, your hip flexor, that's where you want this blanket to land. Notice how the sensation feels. Come to your Sphinx pose while you're laying on your prop. So that number 11 shape with the forearms, elbows drawing back in space energetically. And find that length in your spine as you press those feet down into the earth, the tops of your feet. Maybe you feel that sensation intensify. And then let everything in the lower body relax. Take a deep breath in and out. Now you can stay here in your Sphinx pose, or you can lower down to the earth. Rest your cheek on your mat. Perhaps you rest it on a pillow or a bolster. Let yourself get comfortable and then just simply be. Take one more breath, breathing in, breathing out. And we're not going to move very far. So keeping that prop where it is and keeping that the lower body down. Bend your right knee and guide your right knee open to the right. It can rest either on, that thigh can rest on your blanket, over it, behind it, whichever you'd like. Flexing the right foot. So find your belly down tree, but with your prop underneath. And then you're gazing over to the right, so that left ear is on the earth. Maybe you're resting with your head in your arm, and maybe it's resting on a pillow or bolster. I invite you to take a big, beautiful breath in. Become aware of any tension that you may be holding on to. And exhale to soften. Let everything relax. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Carefully press yourself up so those forearms come to center. Guide your right knee in to meet your left. And let's take that on the other side. So bend your left knee, guide it open to the left, flexing that foot. And you can stay in your Sphinx or breathe in and exhale. Soften your upper body down. Maybe that right ear is on a pillow or your mat. Let your arms go wherever is comfortable for you. Take one more full breath in. Become aware of any last bits of tension in this posture. And exhale to soften and grow heavy into the space below you. Allow yourself to be held by the earth, the floor, your bed, wherever you are. Can you be truly held here, surrendering all of your weights with your next breath out? Two more breaths. Notice if there's anywhere else that you can soften. One more breath. Lovely. Begin to slide your hands underneath you. Press yourself up onto the forearms and slide your left leg to meet your right. Come back to your Sphinx. Take a deep breath in and out. Option 2, if you want to feel a little bit more in the front of those hips in your psoas, press into the palms and start to extend your arms just enough to where that pressure increases. If you're feeling a little too much compression in your lower back, that's a sign to come down. Inhale. Exhale, release. Very gently, just rock your hips side to side so you feel a little gentle massage in those muscles and tissues in your hip crease. A couple more breaths here, just soft movement. Beautiful. Then find stillness. Press into your palms, place your hands by your sides and extend your arms. Shift your hips back over your heels and find child's pose. You can reach your arms out long in front of you or reach them behind you. I like to thread my arms for bedtime yoga. Thread the arms between the legs towards the back of your space. And this just helps you kind of curl up into a little ball. Maybe you rest your head on your blanket. It might be lined up almost in that perfect spot for your head to rest on. Maybe you need to adjust it a little bit. You can do forehead or cheek, whatever you'd like. You can also, like I said before, reach your arms out long in front, or arms can reach around the legs, catching for your heels. So whatever it is inviting you, feel free to explore. And then when you arrive in the posture of your choosing, take a deep breath in and exhale to settle in. Release, let go, relax. Three more breaths in child's pose. Slow, deep, healing breaths. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Unthread your arms if you reach them behind you. And guide them back if you reach them in front. Press yourself up and just pause here. Don't have to go anywhere for a couple of breaths, just pause here. Notice how you feel. Tune into your heart space and just check in with yourself. Maybe you take some of those little rocks side to side. One more breath in and out. Then we're going to walk the hands back so you can shift onto your sit bones, whichever way makes the most sense in your body. Scoot your blanket out of the way just for a moment and slide forward so that if you were to extend your legs, your heels would reach the end of your mat, but we're going to keep the knees bent. Keep your props in your space so that you have your options since we're going down to the earth. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Lift your heart. And as you exhale, slowly roll down to your back, one vertebra at a time. Come all the way down, keeping those knees towards the sky. I invite you to let the bottoms of your feet touch and let your knees open up wide like a butterfly to find your reclined butterfly. And then once you get there, it might be nice to take your blanket and just lay it over the top of you to have a nice little weight. This can be very calming for the nervous system to help us activate that rest and digest, to allow our hearts to soften, our breath to soften, our thoughts to soften. And it may feel nice to bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, to feel the rise and fall of your chest and belly with every round of breath, and to feel your heart beating beneath your chest Both of these things, your breath, your heart, giving you life in this moment and in each moment without having to be asked. Maybe you find and feel a moment of gratitude for the gift of breath and the gift of your heartbeat. Just a couple more breaths in your reclined butterfly. One more breath. Become aware of any more tension you're holding here. Exhale to soften and let it go. Inhale to guide your knees back together and hug your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your hands around your shins. Exhale, release your feet to your mat. Press into your feet, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, release. Hips come back down to earth. Reach for your pillow or a bolster, some sort of cushion, and we're going to slide it underneath the sit bones. So inhale, squeeze your glutes to lift those hips up. Slide your prop underneath your tailbone, that heart-shaped bone in the back side. And then let your hips just soften down. You can stay here with the knees bent in your supported bridge, or if you want to explore a little more sensation, you can see how it feels to walk the feet just one step at a time out long. And then maybe you begin to feel the front of your hips release and melt open a little bit more. Option to keep that blanket nice and rolled out on top of you. I'm going to roll mine out even more just to get nice and cozy and covered. And you can bring those hands to the heart and the belly, or maybe you give yourself a nice big hug, wrapping your hands around your shoulders if that's what you need today. If you're feeling a little more open and expansive, you can reach your arms overhead or to the sides. There is no right or wrong here. Just remember to listen to your body, to honor if it's asking for more or less. And remember that you're never stuck. You can always choose to modify or to increase or decrease sensation. Come back to your breath, using the inhales to expand and the exhales to soften. Relax. 3 breaths left in your supported bridge. Once more, find a breath in. And a breath out. Gently, kindly begin to walk your feet up towards your hips. I'm gonna just fold my blanket so it's on the top half of my body. Press into your feet, lift your hips, and slide your bolster, pillow, prop out of the way and settle your hips back down. Inhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Option to tap forehead to knees and curl into a little ball. Breathe in. Exhale, release your upper body and let your knees melt open to the right. Option to scoot a prop in between your thighs for a little support and to release some of that tension in your hips. Find the twist in your spine, melting your left shoulder towards the earth. And we'll just be here for a few breaths, about 3 slow breaths. Breathing in to create space in your spine. And breathing out to settle into that space you have just created and twist a little deeper. Breathing in to create space. Breathing out to release tension and settle into that space. One more breath. Use your next inhale to guide your knees to center. Breathe in, hug them in towards your chest. And exhale to twist them over to your left. Option to place that prop in between the thighs to create more space in your hips. And then we're peeling that right shoulder towards our mat. Maybe even gaze over the right shoulder. About 3 more of those slow healing breaths here, as mindful and present as you can be in this moment. Two more breaths. Notice if you have any tension you've accumulated in the face. Allow your face to relax with this next exhale. One more breath in. And let it go to soften. Inhale to unwind. Guide your knees back to center. Hug them in towards your chest. Full breath in. Give yourself a hug from yourself to yourself. And exhale to release. Let your legs go long. If you'd like to feel a little more cozy, send that blanket out over the top of you. This is our final resting pose. It might be nice to place that pillow or bolster underneath your head. Get covered up with your cozy blanket. Maybe you put a pair of socks on, whatever you want to do to get comfortable. And we'll enter into our shavasana, so that legs long, take up as much space as you need. Arms can be by your sides, or maybe you're giving yourself a hug or resting the hands on your hip bones, your abdomen, your heart. Shavasana is a time for you to truly rest, to give yourself permission to let go of having to do or accomplish, and to simply be and allow the nutrients of your practice to absorb. So there's nothing more you need to do here. Just exist, just be as you are in this space. And I'm going to seal our practice from shavasana. I want us to be able to move right into our rest, since this is bedtime yoga. So thank you so much for joining me. When you're ready, take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, surrender. Rest here now. Trust that your body will awaken you when it's ready, when it's time. I hope you have a wonderful night's rest. All of my love. Namaste. Thank you, yogis, for joining me. I hope you enjoyed your bedtime yoga practice, and I hope you sleep well tonight. If you did enjoy your practice, please remember to like, subscribe, and leave any comments that have requests for other videos you would like for me to do. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye.